Hi, I'm Danger Dan Jers, the host and GM of the D&D Real Play podcast, D&D Dark. Join us on Wednesdays for an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure, starring some of history's most infamous monsters.
I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, our barbarian.
I am Daniel Cruz. I am playing Imhotep the Mummy, our cleric.
I'm Jordan, and I play Larry Talbot, a lycanthropic warlock.
I am Grayson, playing Jack Griffin, the Invisible Man, the party's rogue.
I am Aaron. I play the Phantom of the Opera, our bard.
For more information, go to dndarkpodcast.com and listen to us anywhere you find podcasts.
You've read the books. You've learned the rules. You've played the games. And so is your mom. Just making sure you're paying attention. Now, it's time for something completely off base. From the same guys who haven't done anything exciting yet are the paladins of podcast, Rob and Potato. Listen in as they talk about all things related to pen and paper games, challenge rules, and go off script. This is the high fantasy commentary you didn't ask for, but your mom did. This is the Epic Table Audio Show.
What's up, everybody, to another episode of the Epic Table Games Audio Show, starring the Paladins of Podcast, Rob and Potato.
Good morning, Potato.
Good morning, good sir.
How are you doing today?
I am doing well. I'm a bit tired because recently baby number 2 arrived. Ding, ding, ding. Woo!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not a problem. I'm actually super happy for you, and I want to break tradition a little bit with today's episode.
Yeah, I think the event warrants it.
Yes. So I know usually we talk about a majority of things that are super related to tabletop games, particularly either Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. Some of the other aspects and facets. And today I would actually like to talk about you, Potato, your baby, and maybe some fun little ideas and thoughts, especially when you're looking at the differences between your two kids. And I know the baby's brand new, but tell us a little bit. If you don't feel comfortable with name dropping for the baby, that's okay. I know this is the internet and people are weird.
I'm fine with that. So, all started Tuesday. Courtney, my wife, had an appointment, and they did a little ultrasound and whatnot, make sure everything's all good. And they're saying, yeah, the baby is measuring very big for her gestational period. We were still waiting for May for the due date, and they already were saying we're going to go a bit early, and it kept pushing closer and closer until Tuesday. They say, yeah, you're probably not going to make it till next week. She is past the 99th percentile for size for her gestational period, and her head is facing down. She's right there. She's ready to go. And then Wednesday morning, she woke up super early in the morning. She puked a little bit. She wasn't feeling very well, and her right arm and right leg were super sore and aching. Like, she was worried she's going to have like preeclampsia. So we went in for that, and she gets checked out. She gets the IV in and whatnot. She's trying to figure out like maybe it's just cramping or something like that. And then the pain went on to the other leg. And then one nurse that got cycled into the shift, she goes, "Oh, well, this is a thing that might happen when you're about ready to give labor. Let's check your dilation." Oh yeah, you're definitely getting there. Let's get you into a room. You're gonna have your baby. Like, oh man, a whole month early.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny because a month early is definitely a long time, especially in this period. Now, with
Right.
baby being, you
A,
said
a lot of our family members are
99
saying that the
percentile
due
a
date
month
must have been
early.
wrong,
It's
but
it's
her heart
possible,
and
isn't
her
it, that
lungs
they kind of
wasn't fully
pegged the
developed
wrong
yet. We had to take
conception
steroid shots.
potentially.
She had one Tuesday, and then she had one Wednesday before we got induced, because according to everything else on the papers, she wasn't ready yet. You know,
Mhm.
so I feel she was just very big, but also the due date could have been at least a little bit wrong. I mean, it's like the weather; it can't be exact.
Right, right,
Oh yeah, they're guessing. You know, they're just rolling dice.
right. I mean, while it's science,
Let's
there's
gamble with this
still a
little
small bit of
embryo
art
here.
in order to
Yeah,
really
about
predict
9 months
things.
from this day that you said, arbitrary dates and all.
Not rolling dice. It's a little more scientific than that. Right,
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. All right.
right,
So
right.
we were super
So,
worried
at
about
this point,
leaving
everybody's
him
doing
at the
well,
house with
which is fantastic to
her
hear.
mom and
How
her
is
stepdad.
your oldest?
To
Because
kind
this
of
is your second now.
stepdad, to kind of take care of him, because we wanted to kind of introduce sleepovers and stuff before the due date, but obviously we didn't have time to do that. So I was worried that,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, but I don't want to get into that conversation. There's always like a back and forth. One person wasn't ready, the other person wasn't ready. Whatever. Uh, so we were super worried
I
that
get it. You've
he's
had
gonna
9 months.
freak out. He's not gonna have a good time, and they're gonna lose it and not be able to pull it off. But little man was a champ. Happy as he can be. When we left, he just woke up, and he was all like, "Mom, Dad, Mom." Well, he doesn't call me Dad. He calls me Nay. So, Mom, Nay, Nay, Mom. All worried, like, why are you guys leaving? I just woke up. But he was all good. We had a couple FaceTime sessions, and he's kissing the phone and whatnot. And then when baby was born, he got so happy and giddy. He's pointing, baby, baby, and he's kissing the screen and whatnot. When we got home, he was middle of his nap, so we got everything set up, kind of get everything staged for it and whatnot. We, of
Mhm.
course, grandma had her camera ready and this and that. So when he woke up, got carried out here, he's all rubbing his eyes and everything, and he sees us finally after 2 days, and the little baby, and he's all
Good.
giddy and happy. He wants to hold her and this and that, touching all of her face, kissing her. It was a beautiful time. It really warmed my heart. He's gonna be a good big brother, albeit that he's already smacking her with stuffed animals and stuff. Um, which is understandable. That's gonna happen. Like we keep saying, you gotta be gentle, gotta be nice,
Good.
and then every now and then he's gonna find another stuffed animal to give her, and then whap.
Mhm.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Just
cute.
make sure it doesn't go on too long.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. I mean, hey, he's still young enough where he's still learning social norms and what he can and can't do. So, now I've got a I got an interesting question, I suppose you could say. All right, it's going to be a multi-part question because um, now 2 children, there are essentially a few phases that everybody goes through, and this is
Oh.
not a parent phase I'm going to ask about, but the child's phase. So prior to any kid,
Oh,
we're
that's a
talking
very interesting question.
child as a potato.
Yeah, I
You were
definitely
hoping
think.
for sure
at the
hoping
time,
that
I
your
always
kid was
imagined
probably
that our
close
first
enough to
child would be
class or character
like
trope.
very, very loud and
What kind
energetic.
of character
Get to the
were you
point
hoping
where they're running
the first
around
child
and
would be?
pretending they're a dinosaur, and I really wanted the first child to be the child that I can really, you know, kind of become young again and play with, and play pretend, and not have to care about that I'm old, playing with toys again and whatnot. Yeah, you know what? I think a bard would probably be the closest thing. If anything, maybe. Hmm. Yeah, I think bard makes sense. Bard makes sense.
So as I'm listening to this, I'm thinking you were hoping
Yeah,
your
two and a half.
first
Think on
child
the
would
dot.
have been a bard.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He, if not a bard, then I kind of want to say druid, only because he definitely likes to pretend that he's an animal.
All
So
right.
he's definitely wild
Now,
shaping on
your
us.
oldest is almost 3, right? And he is developing his own little
He
body
likes to bring
personality.
in leaves, twigs, and rocks whenever we go outside. Guess that's close enough.
What class do you think he's sort of leaning into?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Does he exhibit any of the other qualities? Is he fascinated by the world around him, nature, and everything he sees that's just sort of another living creature?
I think I fell into the trope of the overprotective dad, where now you got a daughter, you need to get a shotgun
I
and make
guess
sure
that's
no
funny. There's
boy's
so
going to
many
get
kids
her,
that are
sort of
fascinated with
thing.
rocks, by the
So
way.
I definitely
Like, hey, I
would
found
put
this
her in a
rock.
class
Like,
of
great.
paladin.
I'll add it to the bucket.
I really was like
Um,
seeing God rays around her
so,
whenever I thought
same
about
same kind of question.
it.
Now that you know that you were
Like
expecting
you're a
moments
holy
ago,
symbol. Maybe
um,
cleric, but I think
what kind of
paladin is
class
a
were
bit
you
more
hoping for your daughter?
dynamic.
This changes because you're having a girl. You're like, oh man, I'm hoping for something like this. Okay, potentially. I know. As we're talking about this, I'm thinking it same answers, questions, etc. So my youngest, also 2, almost 3 next
Right,
month,
that honorable moral
and
compass.
I was really hoping that he would uh, be aligned with a paladin, um, thoughtful,
Oh yeah, I was about to say he's definitely
justful,
strong.
loyal, strong, and kind of a straight and narrow path of, I don't want to say perfection, because that when people look at a paladin, that's what they think, but kind of the straight and narrow,
well,
honorable
well, you
path
made
of
Thal on
justice and
paper. Now
rightness
you
to be a
have
beacon
Thal in
of
real
hope for
life.
others. That's what I was. Yes, that's what I would have loved for my youngest. And at nearly 3 years old, he's the chaotic neutral barbarian. Yeah, yeah, he's the chaotic neutral barbarian, bro. Super self-serving, super destructive, super aggressive, and a handful. He does not listen to
Yes,
anything from nobody.
I think that's what everyone wants for their daughter, for sure.
You know, I didn't think of it like that, but I think you're absolutely right here. It is ridiculous. Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I've got 4 kids total. not everybody knows that, but my my third, number 3, I was really hoping that she would be the
I was gonna say she is
strong,
magical, man.
independent
Wait, her way with
female
words.
who could take care of herself and wouldn't really take a lot of crap from anybody, who could defend herself when necessary, but was still smart and really right. So I was really hoping for, for something closer to a ranger potentially, and instead we got
Yeah, I mean that's the beautiful thing about individuality as well.
I guess closer to a squishy wizard who specializes in things like enchantments.
I still remember the first year birthday party for your daughter.
But I mean,
we went to Red Robin, and while we're waiting for our food,
it's okay.
She's roaring like a dinosaur at every single waiter to walk past. It was the most cutest, funniest thing ever.
When it came to teaching these kids kind of how to be and setting up this loose this loose character concept for them, it did not go the way I expected, man. Like, wow. Yeah, it's fun and it's cool. It's one of those things that is incredibly entertaining, but oh, dude, I mean, so we've always kind of called her
oh no
Lenosaurus because of that. Ever since she was young, it's always been roaring at everything.
Oh yeah.
She still does it now, by the way. So, she's 5 and she's still doing it. It's nuts. Beautiful thing, but I think most parents can relate to the idea of one of the parents is like the DM of this entire party. And
I was almost going to say, did you get cut
out
there? As hard as
you manage, and as hard as things are to keep things on track, your family is the party who cannot stay on track for anything. And they know, I know you've seen it even in your own family.
Oh, it's not the whole thing that she sent you, so you got like decipher kind of
downright hard to keep.
See what she said.
Focused, on track, and follow in the path that you have laid out. I love the fact that it's an analogy that so many of us can understand. So many of us have. We all.
Yeah, you're talking about how the family never stays on track and whatnot.
I just lost what I was going to say.
Exactly. It happens.
No, like, my wife texted me real quick, and she's at work. I wanted to make sure everything was okay. And I caught, when you get text messages, like, multiple, your alerts usually stack up, and you read the most recent one first. Yeah, she asked me a question. It broke my current thought, and I'm like, "What is she talking about?" I hate to sound like a distraction.
Yeah, that's kind of how daycare works.
You're invested in us. But I don't know. As I'm completely off track right now. Yeah, so
right.
we all can relate. We all have kids. We all look out for one another. And what I like to see, and people don't really equate this or realize it, but when you have a group of friends that include friends with children, all the children really sort of self-manage when they're together. In fact, you can throw a bunch of kids in a room, you can walk out, and everybody's personalities and alignments are going to level out to a median line. Yeah. So really, I mean, parents don't need to hover. They don't need to follow them around. They don't really need to constantly look out. I mean, the kids will watch each other.
Yeah, sad to say it, I
One of them
was not able to
will
get
eventually tell one of the
content
parents.
prepared. I mean, I could easily right
family
now
unit
go on like the
is also very
bestiary and
similar
just
to
pull up a
how
random monster for the
unruly
spotlight, but
all
it won't be
work
genuine.
together.
It won't be
And it's
prepared
funny
enough, and I think that'd be a
because
disservice.
bringing it to D&D,
More so than just
Bro,
saying, next time,
that is
everybody.
how parties operate anyway. In game, I mean, it's crazy. We don't think about that, but it really is pretty much the same thing. So, did you have anything other than the baby to talk about today?
That's
And I
right.
don't mind if you
The
said
potato
no, you weren't
has
prepared.
grew a new spud.
You had a big life event, and I really think this is an event that we should celebrate.
Yeah, it didn't sound good when I
So,
said it.
It's early for us, but you have a bigger family to take care of now, bro.
Oh, I love it. Bye.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, we're still here. We're still doing our thing, and I think calling it right here is perfectly acceptable, considering that for our listeners,
Yeah, I know where
it's
you're going with.
a little bit something new, something different, and it's a behind the scenes look at what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, that's
You might want
completely
to
true.
workshop that one, buddy. Nope, better in theory. So before we call this, I got a funny joke, and I've told you this before, and this one's more adult humor, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So, well, here's the quick disclaimer: if you're not an adult or you can't appreciate adult humor, thanks for tuning in. Check us out at epictablegames.com. If you're still here,
It really is.
I always joked that when two people are to have a baby, most people congratulate the mom. Like, oh hey, congratulations, you're having a baby. And I'm always like, yo, what about me? I did most of the work. Congratulate her when the baby's born. She just had the last 9 months. Okay, but those first 3 minutes, that was me, dude. No, it's not. Oh my god, it's just a joke. But Potato, congratulations to you, your wife, and your family. I'm glad that everything turned out well. Everybody's happy and healthy. That's super important.
Yes.
Not a problem. I look forward to watching your children continue to grow.
Thank you.
Seeing the people they're going to become. And it's fun to be a part of that life with you. As friends, it's absolutely incredible.
Epic table game.
Yes, genuinely guys, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I know it's a little bit different, but it's important to remember that family comes first. Big changes are okay. It's good to always have friends, family that support you in these changes. Understand what you're going through. So if something happens, like Potato had to not make it for game last night, which is acceptable, it's okay, absolutely. No animosity. But when your players have life changes, you have to be accepting. I know it can be frustrating when people have to cancel games, but remember, everybody's life is a little bit different. Everybody has things going on, and you got to be understanding. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Potato. Thank you, listeners. We'll catch you next time. Yeah. Don't forget, check us out at epictablegames.com or on Facebook, facebook.com/epictablegames.